welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Erica, and if you are not new, welcome back to the channel. It's so good to have you back. If you've been following me or following up with any of my content recently, you may know that I have started including running into my workout routine every single week, and this is new for me in the last few months. I did take a little bit of a hiatus from running when I sprained both my ankles, but we've come back and we're feeling a lot better now. And honestly, it's been such a fun challenge for me to incorporate running, not only for the physical, challenge that it brings, but also the mental challenge that it brings to my life. It's been so eye-opening just how much my body can push, how far I can go, the things that I can accomplish when I really set my mind to it. And something that I've been getting questions about on social media is how am I navigating balancing my running with my workouts, because I'm still very focused on my gym sessions and I'm still trying to gain a lot of strength, gain a lot of power to be able to compete in a powerlifting meet at some point in the future. So we're going to cover all of that today, how I balance my running with my gym sessions and my workouts. And I'm actually going to take you guys through a full week of workouts and show you exactly what I'm doing on a weekly basis so you can see the full BTS, and if you even want to do one of the workouts that I post, go for it. So first things first, what does my workout schedule look like these days? When I first started working out, I would train 6 to 7 days a week, every single week for like a year, 2 years, 3 years, and I wouldn't take rest days. And as I've said in many videos, that is not ideal. We definitely need to take our rest days. Our rest days is where our bodies actually repair and grow bigger and stronger. So I've learned my lesson, and now I am working out 4 days a week in the gym, and I have 3 runs. That might sound like a lot, but I do double up some of the days. So most weeks I'm getting 2 full days of rest, unless something comes up in my social life where I have to just move my schedule around, which does happen. We're all human. But essentially I'm on a 4-day gym split, lower, upper, and I do typically take 1 or 2 rest days in the middle of those 4 days. So I'll do lower, upper, rest, or 2 rest days, and then lower, upper again. And for my running, like I said, I'm training 3 days a week for my runs. But the biggest thing here is intensity and how my runs are structured across the week. When I first started running, I didn't really know how to program it, and so I downloaded an app called Runna. I will put a screenshot of what it looks like right here for you guys, but it actually customized a full running plan for me. This is not sponsored, but I do really enjoy that app and I would highly recommend it. It isn't free though, so just wanted to put that out there. But anyways, it wrote me a full running program. My goal right now is to get up to 10 kilometers, and I asked it to structure a split for me that was 3 days a week in order to work me up from where I was, which was comfortably running a 5-kilometer run a few times a week, to being able to run a 10-kilometer run. So what Runna has done for me is it's given me 1 tempo run, which is like a speed or an interval run, 1 recovery slow run, and shorter typically, and then 1 long run where I practice my distance. And that is how the week is spread out and separated, so I'm not pushing super hard on every single run and just wearing my body into the ground. That is one thing that I wanted to say I feel like is really important when it comes to doing more activity and just balancing your activity across different forms of movement, is making sure that you're not going balls to the walls on every single workout, on every single thing you're doing, because you'll likely run yourself into a wall. So we want to make sure that we can progress in a linear way by ensuring that our intensity isn't always up here. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here, but we're continuing to progress week to week. And that's kind of similar to how my workout schedule is structured. The way that my coaches program my workouts is every single month I kind of go through an intensity periodization where I'll start at a lower intensity and I'll gradually increase, and then I'll go through another cycle so that I'm not constantly working at this super high intensity. I have weeks where I deload and I allow my body that time to rest and recover and repair. So let's get into day 1 of my workout split right now, and then we'll touch base on a few other topics that I wanted to cover.
Can you tell me if I'm doing this right?
So this is my first lower body session of the week. It's also my first workout of the week after a full rest day on Sunday. So I start off with fresh legs. It's a pretty intense session, but it felt really good this week.
These absolutely kill my hamstrings. was a bad rep. Can only really do like half of the concentric right now. It's very humbling. Oh my God. I just get stuck like halfway up.
So like I said, some days I do run on the same day that I work out. And one thing that's super important is I really try to not have a run on a lower body day, just because if I'm going for a run and then hitting legs or vice versa, when you run, you do utilize a lot of your lower body. And so it can just prevent me from being able to show up with that intensity that I want in either my run or my workout, depending on what I do first. So I try and do my runs on an upper body day or a rest day. And so my run, for example, on Tuesday this week ended up being on an upper body day. I just did my run, I got home, I rested a little bit, and then I went and did my upper body session.
Yeah, I'm currently on a tempo run this morning. It's Tuesday. Absolutely kicking my ass. I went way too fast on one of the first laps, and it's just catching up with me, but beautiful outside.
So later on this day, I had an upper body session. It started off with barbell bench press. I think I had 3 sets of 7 here. And then I moved into an underhand lat pull down, which I actually have never done before in a program at least. And they're not my favorite, but I'm going to work on it to master that movement. Then I moved into some dumbbell rows, single arm. I did 3 sets of 8 each arm. Then moving into a preacher curl, I did 3 sets of 10 here. And lastly, I finished off with some dumbbell lateral raises, one of my favorite exercises. I did 3 sets of 12. So depending on your workout split, I would just recommend taking a look at what days you have available to do a run that isn't on a lower body day, and try and structure your runs versus your workouts so your runs can fall on either that upper body day or a rest day. And if you absolutely have to do both on one day, make sure that you're prioritizing rest in between, fueling properly, getting in a good amount of food and nourishment so that your body can actually recover and perform. Also, lots of water, lots of electrolytes, especially if you're running outside in the heat. You're going to sweat a lot of that sodium out, and we want to replenish that sodium potassium electrolyte balance. Now, some weeks not everything is going to go to plan, and that's actually what happened this week. And I feel like this is a great opportunity to just show that life isn't always perfect. It doesn't always go perfectly according to plan. So let's roll the clip of what happened this week. Let's get into it. Okay, today is Wednesday, and normally I would take today either as a rest day, or some weeks I might run today so that I don't run tomorrow on my leg day, because that's definitely not the most ideal. But we have to work with our schedule sometimes. And today my left calf is like extremely tight from my run yesterday, and I had to take some Tylenol. It's not feeling the best. So I'm going to take today as my rest day, and I'm going to just go to the gym and do some foam rolling, some myofascial release, and just loosen up that tissue because it's very, very tight right now. The reason why my calf is so tight is because I'm relearning my running form. I used to run heel toe, and that's really not the most optimal for your joints, for your body, and it can actually slow you down on your runs. So I'm learning how to run on my midfoot to toe, and that puts a lot of kind of pressure on your calf. It utilizes your calf a lot more than running heel toe does. So that is why my calf is so tight. The other day my right calf was super tight, now my left calf is super tight. So I think my body just needs time to adjust and get stronger in that specific form. So we're just giving it time. I'm gonna go to the gym, foam roll today, hopefully feel better for a run tomorrow. I have a 5K tomorrow, and then on the weekend I'll do my longer run, which is 7 kilometers this week, which I'm excited for. I bought a new running vest and like water pouches that I'm going to test out on that run, so I'll show you guys when the time comes, obviously. But yesterday's run was a 6.2 kilometer tempo run, and basically how it was structured, I'll try and put the actual like instructions here so you guys can see what I did. But it was a 1 kilometer warm up, then a walk break, then 2 800 meter moderate paced runs with walk breaks in the middle, 4 400 meter at like a faster pace with walk breaks, and then 5 200 meter more so like fast paced sprints, if you will, and I definitely went too hard on those sprints on a few of them, and yeah, my calf is just really sore today. So like I said, Wednesday, sometimes I will run. It just depends on like my work schedule and my social life calendar for the week, but I do like to have, if I can, 2 full rest days, so Wednesday and like Sunday. That way I just give my body a little bit more time to recover. So I'm gonna go to the gym today, do some mobility. I'll take you guys with me, but that is just the tea and what's going on, so you guys know. So as you can see, sometimes we get injured or we're really sore, and that requires us to adjust our training schedule a little bit, and that's okay. I feel like it's so important to know when to stop and let your body rest, and when to maybe push a little bit through that soreness, because sometimes soreness, it is okay to go and train when you're feeling a little bit of soreness, but if there's pain, we really want to be mindful, hey, let's give our body a bit of rest and then go back and train when we're feeling recovered. So what that means is this week, my schedule's a little bit off. It's okay, I'll make it work, but it's not perfect every single week, and that is totally fine. Okay, my second leg day of the week is fairly similar to that first one, but the first few movements are a little different. So I start off with sumo deadlifts here, and then I also do some front squats, barbell front squats, which I haven't done in so long, and they're very humbling. They're not hard on the legs, they're just hard on my upper body to get that stability. And then I moved into those deficit Bulgarians that I did on my first lower body day, and then I finish off with those glute ham raises that I also showed on my first leg day.
Feeling good so far, like 1.5 kilometers in, and it's staying put. No issues. Water is secured. Phone was secured. Running good. Okay, just finished. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. The only thing that I need to learn how to do is drink while running, so that is a test for next time. But overall, it felt super secure, didn't move, and it was super comfy, so I would recommend.
Now, when it comes to nutrition, this is also something that's really important to talk about. As I've mentioned in one of my last videos, I am currently eating intuitively after tracking for many, many years. It's going really well, but one thing I've noticed is just with this increase in activity, I'm having to be really mindful of getting in enough food, enough carbohydrates to fuel both my runs and my workouts, and ensure that I'm recovering optimally and that I'm not, losing a bunch of weight or losing a bunch of strength or feeling really malnourished in any way. And thankfully I have a pretty good intuition when it comes to food, but there are days where I'm not feeling super hungry, but I just push that extra snack or that extra little bit of rice, for example, to ensure that I'm getting enough food in my system. I like to think of myself as an athlete, even though I'm not the most athletic person out there, but when it comes to food and how I nourish my body, I think of myself as an athlete, and I think, okay, what would like someone that's in the Olympics do when it comes to food? They're gonna be really mindful about like, hey, am I getting in enough carbohydrates? Am I getting in enough protein? Am I fueling my body properly for this workout? Am I recovering with food in the right way? Am I getting in my water and my electrolytes in? So that's the way that I approach food. I feel like in my past, I was so aesthetic focused. So I would view food as almost just like numbers and, okay, how am I going to eat to ensure that I'm maintaining this specific physique? Now I more so view it as I need to get in the energy and I need to refuel myself in order to perform and hit the goals that I have in the gym and in my runs. My second upper body session of the week is very similar to the first one. Biggest difference here is that I'm doing close grip bench press to strengthen my triceps because that's a weak point for me, and then I moved into pull-ups instead of my underhand lat pull downs, but the rest of the workout is the exact same as that first one, just slightly different rep ranges, and that is what I did on my second and last workout of the week. I'm about to go run my longest run ever. I have a 7-kilometer run today that is preparing me for my eventual 10K, so let's go for a run.
1K down, 6 to go. Woo! Kilometer 2 done, feeling good. Somehow I missed the 3rd kilometer, but we just finished 4. I'm on top of the world right now. Gonna turn around in a sec. 5K done, 2 more to go. 6 kilometers done. Guys, I just ran my fastest kilometer on that 7K. Oh my God, that felt so good. I can't believe I just did that.
I've already touched on recovery and rest days, but I did want to touch on it one more time. Like I said, I like to get 2 full rest days in if possible. There are weeks where I can only get 1, but prioritizing rest and recovery, sleep, all of these things are so important, because if you're not prioritizing recovery, you're probably actually going to go downhill with your endurance or downhill with your strength, because your body isn't getting that time to repair, rebuild, and come into that next session feeling fresh and ready to go and ready to build stronger or more endurance or whatever it is that is your goal. So I'm very, very conscious of my sleep routine. I get at least 8 hours of sleep every single night. Obviously, there's going to be days where that isn't possible if I go to a concert or something, but it is very high up there on my priority list to get in a good quality amount of sleep so that I'm able to perform optimally with my workouts every single day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this overview of how I balance my running and my resistance training workouts to maximize my strength, maximize my endurance, and maximize my athletic capacity. Let me know in the comments below what your guys' goals are right now in the gym. If you're running, if you're golfing, if you're doing yoga, if you're weightlifting, whatever it is, I'm here to support you guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you have any questions, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.